Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Hope kids are doing well. Hope kids are having a wonderful day on this 14th November 2024. As you can see, we're playing Tokyo Ghoul. They have this new update, which I'm super excited about. I'm extremely happy that we get this. So we're gonna be doing a mukbang now. Sausage, rice, water, and a monster, a huge monster, too big for your little guy. So what I'm gonna do, right, is I'm just gonna chill. We're just gonna chill. Yeah, I should possibly upgrade this guy. So give me a sec, guys. It won't be long. That's what happens when you play a game and you stream it. But at the same time, it's weird because if I had to choose in between, if I had to choose between doing one thing and doing two, I would do two. Limits, of course. Bond. Able to. Oh, we're broke. We're absolutely broke. I got a level 20, which is amazing. Okay, so we'll do this and we'll do this. Nice. I fucking love this. I'm excited. Got a Utah. I'm happy. So sausage and rice. Now this rice is actually special. The reason why this door is open is I want that apartment to get cold. We're actually editing some clips in the background. So what I do kind of not necessarily shitty per se, but we take every single time that we upload a video, we do a screen recording. That way we do behind the scene. Now we're doing 120 videos, and that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So we're uploading a video, we're editing to make it in a 20 minutes, 40 minutes digestible video, but it's over 400 minutes, so it is a lot of fucking time. Now this rice, as I said, is very, very, very special. Why is it very special? This is the leftover rice of yesterday. The the oh man, the rice in itself, so good, dude, so good, because we cooked it yesterday. Or cooked it yesterday in the rice cooker, and now today we're doing it in the what do you want? We're doing it in the microwave. So what's really cool is when you look at the rice, right? It's actually basic science. It's actually really, really basic science. What you're gonna do is cook the rice in the water. And the water itself after the rice, right? So you put have a very tender rice. And now when you put it in the microwave, you cook it again, there's vapor that escape the rice. Now this vapor is water. Basically having cooked soft rice, right? And then when you eat them, like, oh, this is really watery, this is really rich. But then when you eat them again and there's no water, there's a bit, they're crunchier. In my opinion, there's more taste. And in my opinion, it's better. And you didn't change. You didn't really change the consistency or not necessarily the ingredient, but you didn't change the rice. It's just beautiful. Even cheese changed completely. It's delicious. And it's delicious. To check out the mukbang today, it's like quite simple. I'm telling you, unbelievable, unbelievable. Because day is not necessarily a subject of not necessarily a subject that is a pleasant subject to talk about, but it is a subject that it all stemmed from a comment, not mine, a comment. I was going through TikTok and I was in a live and I saw a comment, and I saw this comment that was that was amazing. And it was, the education system lies to you. It doesn't shape you into being a team player. But sadly, that comment is And there were so many worse content that then it got blocked. And it's weird because you're like, why was you blocked? And then you know how to shoot. And that comment really planted a seed. The school system is designed to doesn't make you a team player. It's so weird. I'm sorry I'm eating. It's really because I kind of agree with it, but in a really weird way. And I kind of agree with it enough for me to be like, okay, Bob, this is a plausible comment. And it's something that makes sense. This is something that actually rings a bell, you know? I agree with the comment enough. Make some research, Juzo. Nice. Shane. We have so much energy. Put that on. Nice. Oh no, perfect. And because my curiosity was picked, I started asking myself, why am I agreeing with that? Why just started ringing a bell? And then, not necessarily obsessing, but being very, very curious. Very, very curious. And not so much about the content itself. I think it's the, I don't know, man. Something about that comment really picked me. I think the live was a funny one. It seemed like, I'm not trying to be rude, okay? But to me, it almost sounded like, you know, sometimes you hear crazy people, right? You might be crazy. You don't know what's up with them, but you hear them talking. And you hear them talking. You're like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. They're crazy, right? And most of all, those people are possibly like homeless. They're possibly homeless. Something's wrong with them. There's a reason or another. They decide to stop chilling with society. And then you're always thinking that those people are nuts. But I was called crazy too. I was called nuts so often in my life, you know? But sometimes I have this feeling for homeless people. Why are they there? You know? Then listen to them. And even yesterday I went to the bank. It was yesterday it was like 11:45 p.m. and I saw someone sleeping in the bank. And I'm like, holy shit. The place where everybody keeps their money safe. Everybody is trying to survive, to save money, no matter what, for rainy days. And there's literally a homeless person there. And then went back to the comments about education. And I'm like, what's it education? You know, I think it's very human, very normal to be seeing somebody suffer. And ask yourself, maybe I'm weird. But ask yourself, okay, why are they like that? Why are they like that? Was it because they had trauma? Because they had mental issue? I don't know, man. I do know that it's possible. Very possible. That it's nice. Possible that it's a point where education let them astray. See, my father, my mom to a certain degree too. My mom very, very smart. Very, very, very smart. But instead of pursuing a more student's career, she decided to work, right? To help her mom. My father from a generation where men worked on the farm. My grandfather pushed my father to stop school. You know? I don't know. They both did okay, but I never was. And I never had the feeling of pursuing more than just the minimum of school. I had ADHD. I didn't feel like I belonged to the school. But then, if and only if, think about it, it makes sense. I mean, think about it, right? It's class, and this is, of course, my experience. This is my life. Possibly very different from other people. But I personally learned more in the alley than in school. Yes, it's more so what you're pursuing, right? Usually school is all about pursuing education. Absolutely. We are pursuing education. I think if you're going to school and you're not open to learn, I think you're not going to the right place. I think in most country, right, there's laws that says, you know what, you're gonna go to school, and I think it's a wonderful law. But they're kind of pushing students to go to school, and by pushing people, it can send the wrong message, and a message of I don't want to be there, but I'm forced. And I think the perfect way, I think the perfect way, the better way to learn about life, about the books, is to go in school and being like, hey, I really want to be here. I really want to learn. It took me a while to understand that. It took me a long ass time to understand that. It took me a really, really long time to understand that I didn't want to go to school. I was going to school because I need to be there. But I think that it's a really big shame because I feel like I approached school in a horrible way. And I feel because I approached school in a horrible way, I self-sabotage. See, the reality is I had a good teacher. The reality I had a really, really good teacher. You know? In a lot of cases, they were amazing. I remember having a teacher. And of course, I had teachers that didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit. I think about teachers that I really cared about me and really observed me and really understood me. And I think it took me a while to realize that. It realized a fucking while to realize that. It took me so long to realize it. It's weird, dude. I will always remember having a teacher, right? And having this teacher that told me I had a good grade. And I was struggling in school. I was struggling because I didn't give a shit. I had this mentality of it's all about me, right? It's my perception, my understanding, the way I react to action, the way I come in into reaction. See, it's bad. I think I was a kid with a lot of lack of self confidence. I think I was a kid with a lot of inner issues. I think I was a kid that didn't know who he was. I think I was a kid that was doing his best to escape reality, and school was reality. At home, I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. I could play video games. I could watch TV. I could think about a lot of stuff, you know. But at the same time, at work, I was like, yo. At school, you're like, yo, you need to focus. You need to start to learn because you have an exam. See, that's the mentality that I had. That's the fucked up mentality that I had. It wasn't even about, oh, I'm learning something. I was afraid. I was afraid, and this is a really something that was part of my life for a long time. My father was extremely strict. My father was somebody that took the time to punish me, and there was a point in my life where I can guarantee you, I wasn't afraid of fucking up. I wasn't afraid of doing bad stuff. I was afraid of getting caught. I was afraid of getting in trouble. I didn't care, and that's my whole purpose of why I had such a hard time understanding good and evil, because to me, evil wasn't evil. Which is holy shit, I'm gonna get in trouble, right? I was afraid of getting in trouble. And in a perfect solution, in a perfect way, when you have kids, right? It's not about my kids afraid of getting in trouble. It's my kids is understanding that this is not something you should do. That was not my case. So when I went to school, I think I was in that same position, and some teacher realized it. And I would always remember that teacher, that French teacher, Stéphane Rousseau. If you're watching this, Stéphane Rousseau, fucking love you, dude. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. I remember having a good grade, and said, "Aren't you happy?" And I'm gonna say something. It's gonna sound weird, but it wasn't weird. It gave me a hug. A little. I'm proud of you. Something I don't think I got a lot of as a kid, and that's just me being honest. And it was very. It was something I will always remember. When I see the comments, school failed me. It's almost as if I don't know. I have no clue. I don't think the right question is how to kill the school fail us. I don't think the question is why. I think the question is how. And when you think about it, it's actually quite simple. I wasn't a team player. So all of these learning experience, I didn't do sports, right? Or I didn't do anything with people. All of those experience of you're supposed to cohabit with people. See, I was a weird kid in class. I had friends, but I was a weird kid in class. So all of these moments or instances where I was supposed to learn social behavior was in the alleyway. And the alleyway was 30 minutes a day. So even if you do the whole week, right? You're doing what? 45 times 5. That's 225 divided by 4. It's about 3 hours 15, 3 hours 20, right? And that's the amount of knowledge about social interaction that you have, right? Now, in my part, I think the problem with school, in my opinion, for my experience, was I was more open to learn about the. I'm gonna fucking fuck with your mind, okay? I was more open to learn about. Fuck. It's a shame. It's it's such a shame, dude, because it is really sad, bro. Because I've told you, I started the video with I learned more in the alley, right? I would spend 7 hours a day in a class, and I would spend 45 minutes in the alley, and I would learn more, a lot more. 94. Nice. I think it's a shame. It's not normal to learn more about 45 minutes than in 7 hours. But if I came into class thinking this is a learning experience, I'm happy. I'm okay. But I didn't think it like that. See, with school, there's a very specific system. It's a system of nowadays, right? Nowadays, it's different. But in my time, nowadays everybody gets a trophy for participating. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I was younger, it was all about exam and oh, you compare class, you compare exam, and I would always remember one of the worst system ever made. One of my teacher, I don't even remember what was the subject, but I'm not even gonna say the name because it's a shitty person. She would put the exam on the desk, and she would call every single student to pick up the file. But pick up your file, you got access to the file below you. So for example, right, we got, I don't know, Timothy. Timothy has an A+. He picks up the paper and he finds the exam of Ink Vendetta, which it wasn't great. You can tell all his friends, this is the score that he got. So a lot of the kids start gossiping about, hey, this is the score that he got. And it is constantly a system. Constantly a system of. We're finished with the Dexter. See, it's a fucking shame because the system is a system of competition. It is not about teamwork. It's about your own. You study. You're good in class. Get a good exam. This is you. This is not your neighbor. This is not the student next to you. This is your score. And if you don't get a good score, then you're being judged for not being good enough. And in my class, it was so stupid. It was so bad. It was either you didn't try hard enough or you tried too hard. You had to stay in the middle. And I remember one day, I was in grade 8. And in grade 8, I didn't give a fuck. I was at school because I needed to be at school. Because I wanted to be at school, which is very different. And I was making everybody else laugh. And then I noticed this one thing that was very, very life-changing for me. That one thing that was very life-changing for me was all of those people that I made laugh. They didn't give a fuck about me. They just wanted to laugh. And all of those people moved away. They moved another year. They moved to grade 9 when I stayed in grade 8. So I just gave up a year of my life for people that were only there to laugh. And I didn't keep that friendship. And I was like, holy shit, I lost a year. And at grade 8, you're 15? And realizing that is absolutely insane. Realizing that is absolutely insane. You have this realization at 50. Oh man, I lost my life doing a job I didn't like. At 50. But it doesn't matter because you have a family, you have kids, you have a girlfriend, you have a car. You have a good home, hopefully. You have a good condo, it doesn't matter. But you have a good place. And you're like, oh my god. I'm so happy I got this. And if you have a shitty job, you're still in a position to say, you know what, maybe my job is not perfect, but I'm comfortable, I'm happy, and that's the most important part for me. See, with this school system teaching you that exam or a way, it's not about exam, right? The exam in itself isn't the problem. It's nice to test your knowledge and test. Okay, well this I understood. This I didn't understand. I need to study that more. It's nice. The system in itself, where you're comparing notes, where there's a grading system, where you're like, holy shit, and then get a passing grade. I think it's a bit timely, I think it's a bit old school. But again, the whole system is old school, And then again, you cannot choose, oh, well, I like this system, so I'm going to stay it. But not this system, so I'm not going to like it, right? Or I'm not going to make him stay, or I'm not going to want it to change. I like this system, I don't want it to change, but I don't like this one, I want it to change. Doesn't make any sense. If one thing changed, everything has to change, right? That's just life in itself. That's just the way life is supposed to work. And with the school system, and it's a shame because, once again, I know this is rambling, I know this is very hard to follow, but at the same time, you're in a school where, like, okay, well, I'm forced to be here. And again, it's the way you interpret things. And as an adult, I'm able to say, if I start my day saying it's going to be a bad day, it's going to be a bad day. I'm able to say, if today's going to be a good day, it's going to be a good day. But you're not necessarily going to say that about school or about work. Think about work, you say that a lot, but about school, no. And those things that I learned in the hallway, I think they're really useful. I think I still use it to this day. The person I am today is thanks to those moments. But if I gave half a shit in class as much as I did in the hallway, I would have learned more. Now, am I saying that I regret not going to school? And I finished my diploma. I got a high school diploma. I got a bakery diploma. Right? Am I saying that I should have done more? Am I saying that I should have done more school? No. My only regret with school is I knew I had to do what? It was 11 years, which is nothing in a lifetime. Nothing in a lifetime. And it's not 11 years. It's like you got 2 months off every 6 years. You get a year off. So that's basically like you do 9 years of class, which is your education for the rest of your life. I should have seen it like that. I should have buy my time versus, oh, I have to go to school. I don't want to go to school. You know, I would skip class. I would skip a lot of class. You know what the sad thing is? I never said that story to anybody. My father was working for the city, and my father, friends, they would be in cars, and they knew me because I used to go to the Christmas party as a kid. And if I was out of class, I was walking the park, I said, yo, they would know, and they would tell my father, and say my father would be home and say, yo, I know you skip school. So to avoid that, I would skip class to stay in school. It didn't make any sense. So we're back at the comments, and the comment was, school is lying to you. They're not doing the right way. And I don't know. I personally think that there's a lot in the school system that has to change, yes. But I absolutely think that there's a lot of good stuff in the school system. And what happened with me was I took the bad out of the school system, and that was a bad attitude. So I did too negative. And two wrongs doesn't make a right, you know? The expression. And it's kind of funny because when I was growing up, one of the subjects that I really enjoyed was math. And with math, I'm good now. But if I gave a shit about math, and I'm not saying like, oh, you have to give a shit about every single one of your classes. But I wish I gave more of a shit in French or in English. I wish I did. I got a good. I can speak properly. I can write properly. But once again, it's always going to be a fact of I could have done this before. Like me talking, and it's nuts because right now I'm able to talk. I'm able to be social. I can actually be doing well social. People like me, I hope. But I'm 21 years old, and I can honestly say that wasn't always the case. You know? I don't know. I feel like I failed at the school system. Let's put it that way. I feel like I failed the school system. And I failed it in a way where it wasn't necessarily about me failing the school system. It was about, well, I don't care, and they don't care enough to make me care, so we're in a stalemate. It's not like, oh, I'm going to run after you. It's not like, there's this classic sentence, which is play cat and mouse. So a cat chasing a mouse. So it was a mouse, but there was no cat chasing, you know? I mean, that sucks. But anyway, long enough video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Thank you so much for watching this. I know it's a bit confusing, but I'm very prone to emotion. I think that's what makes me human. But I'm really prone to, okay, well, this is how I'm feeling. I'm gonna talk about this, and to a certain degree, it's fun. But to another degree, I think it's a bit confusing because, like, why is he talking about this? You know, and I understand that, but I think once again, I think it's actually beautiful. I think it's quite ironic. I think it's a beautiful thing because I just told you how I wish I paid more attention in class. And hopefully, if you pay enough attention to this video, you understand where I'm coming from, you understand what I'm trying to say, and you understand the point of this video. Right? Which is something I should have done, which is the whole purpose of the video. Right? See, this video was supposed to be very different. I read a comment yesterday, and I was supposed to think about it today. Which I did. And then I had a plan. And then I woke up, and then I was like, you know what? I'm fucking hungry, so let's eat. Now, the plan, I completely went off base. And at first, it would have been very easy. Very, very easy to complain about school. And very easy to say, yeah, school was the problem. School is the reason why I am the way I am. But the reality isn't that. The reality is I was given chances, and I just didn't take them. And I think that I have my part of responsibility. I think the incentive wasn't there. Or I think I thought the incentive, I was like, fuck it, I don't care. That's on me, you know? Stop pointing fingers. Start realizing that you're not the perfect person. Stop pointing fingers. Start realizing that you're wrong. Not every time, not always, but sometimes. Be a man, be a woman, and say I was wrong. I was, I don't know why I'm saying that. I was reading a book about the 12 steps of alcoholism. So there's this group in alcoholism, which is this 12 step to stop drinking. And as long as you follow those 12 steps, your journey to stop drinking is it's gonna be easier. There's Alcoholics Anonymous. This is the book that they're reading. And I've read that even though I don't drink because I think there's positive thing. And one of the first steps is admitting that you have a problem. Admitting that I was wrong that's the first step. You know? And then one of the problem is saying that apologize to people that you've wronged. And I have to learn to apologize for sabotaging myself. Okay? Anywho, I'm gonna have videos. I love you guys. Take it easy.